fellow YouTube friends. Wes here, just hanging out in my little DVD movie book room here. Show you a couple things right quick. Horror books and stuff. Bunch of film books. Hitchcock, stuff like that. Different stuff. You guys have seen some of this stuff already. But anyway, what I wanted to do was, I wanted to make a video, and I hope I get a couple of video responses, but I want you guys to send me a response, and I'm not going to necessarily tag anyone, but this is kind of a fun thing, and I'd like to see what you guys think about films in your collection. But what I want to do is, I want you to pick out the top 5 creepiest films in your collection. I guess if you don't have a lot of horror films in your collection, I guess you can just pick out 5 that you think are really creepy, but hopefully there'll be ones that are in your collection that you own. I've got 5 picked out here, and I'm going to just go ahead and show them right quick and talk just a second about them. These are, I guess, in somewhat of an order, so I'm going to try to follow some type of order. But anyway, the first one is, and these are just generally creepy, really spooky, just eerie. The creep factor is really there, and I guess I'm saying creep a lot here, but just ones that are just really just have that type of element to it in that atmosphere. First I'm going to pull out here is Pulse, or Cairo, or however you pronounce that. It's a Kiyoshi Kurosawa film. This is the original. There has been a Hollywood remake which actually stunk. This is very strange, but as you can see from some of the stills here, it has a very, very creepy atmosphere, and especially there's some scenes where they go into this room that's like some type of death room or something. You just have to watch the movie. It's just very strange, but it just has a very ominous, spooky, dark atmosphere to it, and it really gave me the creeps. So that's going to be Pulse, and I believe that's going to be number 5. Number 4 is going to be The Ring, which oddly enough is the new Hollywood remake. This film was very spooky. One of the first ones I ever saw that I knew wise, that I was like, wow, that was really scary, because so many I had watched were just terrible. That were the new Hollywood ones. I've seen the original. I think this one is actually creepier than the original. You guys know the classic scenes, like girl coming out of the TV and all that stuff, and there's just some really creepy elements in this. So that's going to be number 4, and that is, as I mentioned, The Ring. Number 3 is another Asian horror. Go figure. Now, these Asian horrors are always just, in my opinion, ultra spooky and creepy, and just the atmosphere they create. Some of you may not like these type of movies, but in terms of pure creep and spook and scare factor, eeriness factor, I think these just seem to take the cake a lot of times. This is the Pang Brothers film. The Pang Brothers do some really good stuff. This is The Eye. Of course, I don't even bother with the Jessica Alba remake. I think it's crazy, or it's not anything compared to this. This has some really creepy, spooky, scary elements in it that are just really disturbing, and so this film is going to be number 3 in the creep factor. So that is the original Eye, and I recommend you guys check that out if you haven't seen it. Number 2, actually, and I guess it's kind of a toss-up between this one and the next one as to which one actually is number 2 and number 3, but needless to say, this film really surprised me, and The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I saw in Hellget show this the other day in one of his pickups, and I told him how creepy the film was. This really surprised me. I was thinking it was going to be another one of these real cheesy things, but it had some genuinely scary, haunting scenes in it, and it really disturbed me, and it's just very scary. It's kind of it takes place in a courtroom a lot. They're talking about the case of this girl, and then it flashes, cuts to scenes of the story of her actually. It shows all the or some of the stuff that they're talking about, you know, in the courtroom and everything, and you know, kind of the progressive story of her possession and all that. But really, genuinely scary and spooky scenes in this thing. So I'm gonna have to give this the second spot for creepiest, at least in my collection. So Exorcism of Emily Rose. And number one, creep factor, which I've talked about this film before. When I scan through my collection, it has to be the one that I pick out because it's just genuinely scary, and that is The Changeling, George C. Scott, Trish Van Devere. It's a Peter Medak film. I've said before, probably one of the most overlooked ghost stories, but probably one of the best ghost stories. It's pretty much shot for cable TV, I think. But this film, the atmosphere and the way the camera, the cinematography, and the music and the lighting and everything, the way it works together is just the ultimate creepy film. This film is absolutely just, in my opinion, so spooky and creepy, and probably the best ghost story I've ever seen. This one still gives me chill bumps. Probably wouldn't watch it late at night, but this is gonna have to be number one for my creepiest film, The Changeling. So I want to see you guys post a video response. Show me your creepiest films in your collection. And like I say again, if you don't have the specific ones you want to mention, just go ahead and mention it anyway. And I'm interested to see what you can come up with. So there's your challenge. Show me the top 5 creepiest films in your horror collection, and I'll see what I can get back here. I hope a lot of you post some video responses. And you all have a great fun day, and I'll see you soon on YouTube. Peace out, guys.